Okay, everybody, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at this little object up here, up top here, and it's light gray now, so it's not available. And I'm going to show you how it's going to be made available. It's called Create a Clip. In Illustrator, it's called Clipping Mask. So as you can see, I've got the word concrete here. I'm going to fill it with the texture of concrete. Say we're doing something for a concrete company, cement company, and we want to really make it oomph, give it a little bit of oomph to the actual word. So not just the word is representing it, but actually the texture is representing it. So I typed the word concrete. I took a thick font because thin fonts, you're not really going to see the image. So what we're going to do is let's make this a little bit bigger. We're going to go up to say, I'll do 120. And notice it went large. I clicked first uh, in my prior videos, I told you about just clicking on the T and just typing the word out, not making a text box. This is one of the reasons why we don't make a text box, because notice when I typed in 120, it went there and the box is filled. So let's move this over here. I've got this really cool, nice concrete word. And then what I want to do is I want to add the texture of concrete. Well, I've already selected something online. And as you can see here, I've got my two images here. So I'm going to click that here. And notice you can see the concrete. We're going to have that concrete texture come through the letters. Wherever it's black is going to become the actual texture of the concrete. And this is the tool that's going to do it. Now, first step is you want to make sure that you have a nice high resolution picture. It doesn't have to be massively high resolution, but what I like to do is if I do a Google search, just looking for something that's free and available, I will go under tools and select large. And that's what I usually like to do. I have great success with that. Make sure that it is available to be used. I don't want you to steal anybody's work or photography or photographs. So please, by all means, make sure that happens. So once we have that, it's in here. I want to do is make this clip. The first thing I want to do is we're going to put concrete into the word concrete, or that texture into concrete. It has to go behind the image. So what I like to do is I like to keep it on top, make sure it looks good. I kind of like where it's at. I'm going to bring it up a little bit more here because I kind of like, or actually down here's a little bit more pock marks and things like that that'll really look good rather than the smoothness here. So I chose where it is. Another way you can do it is you can actually go to your opacity, and then notice you can still see it. You can move it around, kind of like that big bump right there. I like that one in the T2. So we're going to kind of move this over here. I like to pick up that and that down here and a couple more like that. So once that's good, bump up my opacity again. And then I'm going to push this behind it. Notice here's my thing. Here's my image. Here's my text. One way I can do is I can click the text, drop it below in my layers. Done real simple. Control Z. Or I can just use these tools right here. It says send element backwards. And it goes one step at a time, so it works out really well. Now, once you can see my text is still chosen because I have the bounding box on it, I want to hold the shift button down and I want to select the actual image itself. Notice both are blue boxes, so I know they're both selected, and I can see in my layers they're both selected. Once done, notice this appears. And of course, it's just a matter of clicking it, and boom, notice you could see this really cool texture within the word. So maybe I want to do the word tiger, and I want the tiger stripes in it. That's another thing you can do. You can do all kinds of really neat things with text and this clipping. So let's come on over here and see what else we can do with this. Notice I can go ahead and I can change it if I want to. My text tool is available. So say I misspelled it, I can take care of that for sure. But what I want to do is come down here and then notice we still have all of our effects here. I can still give it a drop shadow. Notice we can see it here. We can mess with it. Let's bump up the opacity so we can see it a little bit better. So let's make that 80. The tab button. Notice I can see it. We're going to go a little X and Y. Let's do 2, tab 2. And notice, oh yeah, it's looking really good. I can also put a border on it. Say that the drop shadow and the word concrete really aren't jumping out. They're kind of blending together. Let's give it a border. Notice it looks really good. And I can add all kinds of different things to it. I can bend it. I can do the inner shadows, all kinds of things, just like you could do with normal text. So that's how you do a create a clip. It works with all kinds of things. It doesn't have to just be text. It could be a simple shape. It could be a shape that you drew with the pen tool, but that's how that works.